How's everybody doing today? So when it comes to manifestation, there's certain things you can do to actually make it work faster or more efficient. And when I talked about when you're creating or manifesting, you can do it any time of the day, basically anywhere, as long as your thoughts are creating things, you can manifest. But there is something to be said about when you're laying in bed, about to go to sleep, and you're envisioning what it is you're wanting to create. That time, for whatever reason, from the time you're awake and calm and meditating and relaxed to the time you go to sleep, you start dreaming in the spirit world, whatever you want to call it, it's sped up a little bit. Let's just say, I don't do it enough, but manifesting right before you go to sleep and doing the envisioning techniques impresses on the subconscious mind stronger than most other times and in most other ways. And if that's all that, like, if every day, if you're just like worked on manifesting right before you go to sleep, you're jumping kind of like leaps and bounds, let's say. I've always noticed that it is different when you're laying down about to go to sleep to manifest. Things do come faster and you do make changes. And it's not just like creating like things, it's also like if you're changing yourself or changing your habits, it makes a switch faster. It's like faster programming for some reason. And like I said, you don't always have to do that, but I'm just saying, if you wanted to, like, skip the stone across the lake and make it to the other side a lot faster, you try doing it before you go to sleep. When you wake up, that I'd say that's like a great time for meditation. And then before you go to sleep, that's the time to like envision for your manifestation. The thing about meditating right before you go to sleep, and it's very calming and stuff, and that's the problem with it, is whenever I try to meditate before I go to sleep, I usually fall asleep before I do anything. Like, it makes me tired so fast that I don't accomplish much. Not even the meditation, because the meditation didn't even last that long. I just fell asleep. But if you meditate when you wake up and you're semi-alert and like ready for the day, if you slept long enough, you won't fall back to sleep, and you can meditate and balance yourself before the day. And then when you go to bed, try to get to bed a little bit earlier than when you get tired. That way you have time to do the manifestation. Excuse me. Because like, if you're anything like me, I can fall asleep very fast if I'm in like a sleeping position. Some of you out there might be insomniacs or whatever, but and you can stay awake for long periods of time and meditate and manifest a lot. But I think most of us, if you're busy most of the day, go to sleep a little bit, or lay in bed a little bit before you would normally go to sleep or get ready, and then do the manifestation. Now, the envisioning techniques is you're picturing it in your head. Let's say the envisioning or the manifestation that you want is money. What you're going to do is sit there and pretend in your head as if it's happening right now, because we use the law of assumption. You're counting $100 bills that are yours, and just counting them one by one and setting them on your table, and they're yours, and you might think of something you want to do with this money or whatever, but you count one 100, 2 100, 3 100, so on and so forth, however you want to do it. You're counting $100 bills, and just like a massive stack of them, let's say worth like $100,000 or $200,000, whatever you want it to be. But if you do that every night before you go to bed, whether it takes days, months, or maybe even a year or two, depending on your belief system, that manifestation is exponentially running fast to make that happen. Now, you could even like not even fully believe in it, but since you're impressing the subconscious mind that you're counting $100 bills that are yours, the subconscious mind is like, oh, he's counting his $100 bills, so I got to give him the $100 bills so he can count them. I mean, it's kind of that silly. That's how the subconscious mind works. But that's the envisioning process, right? Or let's say you want a specific relationship. You're sitting there assuming and pretending that when I say pretending, I mean you're envisioning it in your mind. You're creating the situation that you're interacting with whatever relationship you want to be with, or whoever you want to be with. Excuse me, it's weird. It's like I haven't coughed or nothing all day. I started doing the video, and external forces are trying to slow me down by coughing. Anyways, back to what I was saying. Your envisioning could be for anything, but if it's the money, you're counting the $100 bills, and the way that money comes to you, it might not be in a stack of $100 bills. The universe is just like, well, what's the easiest way for him to get this money? They could just send you a check, or just like the zeros and the ones pop up in your bank account all of a sudden. It's on the computer. Either way, that you're envisioning that you're counting your $200,000 or whatever the number it is that you're using. Now, I haven't personally done it myself, but the technique to, like, if you just like your desire is to win the lotto, there's a manifestation technique that you can use to create that. There's this guy I'm sorry, I forgot his name, but even Florence Scovel talked about this in her books. There's this guy who was a spiritual, metaphysical practicer, and he used the technique of, he had a set of lottery numbers that he taped over his bed. Like, so I don't remember if he was like looking at it through his wall above his TV, or he had it posted on the ceiling where he laid back. He stared at those numbers every day and bought the ticket of those numbers every single week. And he, over the course of 3 years, he won the lottery 7 times because he had the numbers envisioned, and he went to bed thinking about those numbers and winning the lotto on his lotto ticket of those numbers. Now, the numbers, like after he won the lotto, he changed the series of numbers. So there's a new set of numbers, but he envisioned it. And he won the lotto 7 times. And it was like different. It wasn't like the Arizona Powerball. So, and this is a long time ago. I think this happened in the 80s. So the lotteries that he was winning, I forget which state he was in. He was like, one time it was $7 million, one time it was $2 million, another time it was $1 million. He won a 4-pick out of 5 and ended up getting $300,000 or something. But anyways, he won the lotto 7 times, 6.5 if you want to count that he didn't get the last number for some reason. But you're not going to argue, oh, he didn't win the lotto 7 times, he only won it 6.5. Okay, he won the lotto 6.5 times, but that half time was almost he won the lotto. And he made $400,000, so that's technically winning to me. I don't know about you, but and there's been several instances where this has happened. But they interviewed him and asked him. I said, "Why did you keep playing the lotto after the second time you won?" He said, "Because I wanted to create my." He said, "I wanted to create my own reality, and it's fun to create that." He said, "It's fun to win the lotto, so I kept doing it." He said, "I definitely didn't have to. I had plenty of money," and he was manifesting more money on the side for doing something. But that's basically the trick to winning the lotto. A lot of people are starting to know this. So when we're shifting into this new age of Aquarius or whatever, this information's been around for like 25, 30 years, but the internet is exponentially letting everybody know how to do it. I don't imagine the lottery is going to be around 5 or 6 years from now. I think they're going to take it away. It's because we're waking up, and I mean, I don't know this for sure, but a lot of people are starting to learn this. especially ones that are doing metaphysical practices. And who knows, maybe they won't. Maybe not enough people will listen to it. But there's a lot of changes that are happening, and we're going to see changes in the government. And that it's not just our government; it's just around the world. We have worldwide vibrational changes that are occurring, and people are waking up around the world. You're not even like looking at the internet and stuff. Like they're just waking up and they feel more alive, or they feel the, they let go of the simplicity, the simplistic vain style of living, or whatever the case may be. That's happening. I kind of went off on the side a little bit on a different route from when I started the video, but sometimes that's how these videos go. I just want to talk about whatever is on my mind. After I start a video on one topic, it might lead to the next. But anyways, as always, I greatly appreciate you guys watching the video, and have a nice day, and see you in the next one.